And if we could get her on the WhatsApp group, she would post it there.
We can't. I couldn't hear her.
Can you say that again, Lynette? Say it again and pass the pictures around.
So there's a as Marilyn was channeling yesterday on our route. I was looking through and pictures of the cloud.
Now see.
It's a cloud that shows what?
See, look at the cloud.
So the elephant. Yeah.
There she's outlined it.
Cool. Yeah, I do see it.
Isn't that cool?
Cool.
Can you speak a little bit louder?
Represented what
I see it now.
why we're information.
So that's the cloud.
Oh, I got it.
Most unusual.
So in that, it's not a breakdown, but it's a breakthrough to go into that. I feel like I'm grieving for the elephant that's passing. I know him. Yeah. I'm grieving for families that are no more. I'm grieving. I feel a grief. So be it.
Yay.
Yay. Breakthrough.
It's okay to grieve.
Absolutely it is. And I think that it's so important to allow ourselves that time. I listened to the elephants cry last night.
Yeah.
I said, I've never heard this sound before. As I explained to Christopher, it's not that I'm an expert on elephant sounds, but this was a completely different sound. And I think it was their grieving. And when the elephant that is passing is all the way to the end of the property. And this morning I saw all the elephants walking that way. I thought, oh, the elephant is still with us. She did not cross overnight. She actually ate corn today.
But also, Sarah thought maybe it's her last meal.
Yeah, it's many times with humans. They have a rally right before they cross. And it would be the same with elephants. So did you have...
Yeah, in that vein, the grieving. Because they have a baby elephant here whose mother's still in the circus. So I said it's a stupid question. It's a stupid question. It is because it is. Let's free them all, and then they can have a joyous reunion here. But it doesn't work that way, because if we pay the circus owner, he's just going to get another elephant, and that's what the truth is, and that's what I heard this morning. So it's a grief that the baby's here, but the mother will be in the circus.
Well, let's set our intention that the owner of the circus will have an awakening.
Okay?
And hold us to that. When we were here just 4 years ago, none of the trekking groups had been willing to let riding and trekking the elephants. Now, she said 18 of them have.
Wow.
Which is huge, because that's their income.
Or that the laws change, which it did in America.
Yes, in America, the laws changed last year in 2017. They implemented the law that an elephant cannot work before they're 5 years old, and they cannot work after they're 40.
And they can't work for circuses.
And they can't work for circuses.
And also remember what Lex said last night about social media. Like what one person can easily do. Like you can easily take a picture of the elephant and talk about the story of how the circus still has their mom, and make people aware of what circuses do to train animals for you to go watch them. So, there are other ways to take action.
Ahas. That was a good aha. So let's just take a deep breath and let's go into the stillness. The stillness of listening to all the sounds of the people, the stillness of listening to the sounds of the elephants, the information, the connection. And do you want
Tissue?
this microphone?
No.
Okay. And just breathe into it. breathing, just breathe into your heart. Feel your heart just expand. To encompass the people that maybe look at the elephants only as a source of income. To envelop them with love. Wisdom. Understanding. And it's not about the people that are they're just doing what they have been taught. It's about re-education. And as the people of this planet open their hearts to your heart and feel that energy that is your essence, that is big enough to expand through the planet. So it is good day to you, huh? Continue to sit in meditation, to honor yourself and the people of this planet. For you see, dearest beings of light, you are the way showers. And what can happen with conscious effort. You have learned that as you walk as the elephant walks, in the stillness, as you learn, you are grieving. Trust. Trust that that information is your information. Trust that that connection is your connection to humanity. And do not deny yourself your experience. Oh, I cannot cry. What will people think? They will think you have an open heart and wish theirs was open as well. They may even ask you, how do you open your heart? One telomere at a time. For you see, a vessel weeps for the planet. When we came in, we had no idea what human did, how messy it was. Who has another tissue?
I do right here. Just getting it. Pass a punch up.
Pass them. We need to take the box. So, our vessel Marilyn is thinking, oh, well, good, the people on Facebook see the snotty part.
That's why they love
Yes. More snottiness? You'll have to tell us if it is all over here. For you see, even in that pain, to weep for the circus owner, for his hardened heart, for him responding from a place of ego, to breed the elephant, force breed her so she will have babies, so that he can sell them. And in that understanding, that the only way out is through you. The only way out is through you. And the volunteers that come here, that set their territory, but still love the elephants. And if all of Thailand shifted its thinking, its feeling, its training, its energy to be a healing camp instead of a trekking camp, to be a healing camp instead of a logging camp, what would the world be like in Thailand? For we cannot blame them. That is just a tradition for thousands of years. That does not make it right now. But we are not to judge, we are to educate. And let others know. That is your job, to educate. Take this experience back with you. Someone said, what happens if we buy an elephant? Buy the mother, huh? We would love to. It would be about, $7,000 or $8,000. We could pool our funds together. And then the circus owner would buy another mother. So instead, hold the circus owner in the light. So he sees what is possible. So he sees that a better show is to show how it is and how it is this big around, and how massive their feet are, and how the bottoms of their feet are soft and pliable just like humans. And how when they have a baby, the underlying of the tummy is soft and pliable. It may weigh 2 tons, 1 ton, but it is still soft and pliable. And how that will become the show, instead of the writing and the paintings. That is the key. Just as you take and you educate children in your country, You educate children, and you teach them to be nice and to be polite and to honor their elders. And we know that when they get to be teenagers, you may not be aware of that, but eventually they honor their elders again. So in that information, did we get it all? We'll have to buy a box of these. Where's our pulse when we need one, huh? Extra strength. In that, you are indeed entrusted to the new kingdom. You are being entrusted to the new world. You are the light plurkers who came back here. Even if you did not know you were a light plurker. You volunteered to say, okay, I'll go back to that wonderful planet, Earth. And it is. So find the good here. Find the good within yourself. Find the good within people. And know that every time you find yourself worrying about what is going to happen next, or who your roommate is going to be, or what will they do, and what will they be like, stop it. That serves no purpose. When you find yourself complaining about someone else, know that you're really complaining about yourself, for they are just the reflection. People in your world have volunteered to be your guides. The circus owner has volunteered to see how strong your love can be. Breathe. I've seen you hold your breath for a very long time. Because we know if you breathe, all the love is going to be pouring out. Oops, there's got to be more. So in that energy, know and understand that many cultures feel that others are a problem, a sign of weakness, a sign of pain, a sign of not expressing. You should be strong. You know, times where you told as a child, if you're going to cry, I'm going to give you something to cry about. Huh? Anyone? Cleanses the sinuses. Huh? You see, our vessel has been weeping since she saw the video. She knew it was coming, and she still weeps. She says someone must. Someone must. That is you. Someone must carry this vision. Because so many times When you have a vision, you ignore that vision. Yes? You have a task. It is much easier to ignore that task. You have a mission. It is much easier to stay in your home, do whatever you did yesterday, to stay there. It is much easier. It was much easier for the Buddha to stay a prince. The world would be a different place if he had. It was much easier for the Master Yeshua to stay in the background. Do you realize that that is why the Master Yeshua did not have an awakening as the Buddha, as the Allah, as the Babaji? He did not have an awakening. He was born. Just as you were born. By a woman, through a woman. Just as you were. To show you that you are the same. What do they say? Same, same. To show you of the possibilities when you open your heart and are proactive. Service, to teach them how to fish instead of giving them a fish. You see, everything is possible. What is your greatest essence? What is your greatest skill? What is your greatest asset? That will be in direct relation to your vision. That will show in your vision. And as it shows up in your vision, the world becomes a better place. Because you become a better person. It is all in the circle. What is that? The circle of life. Will let Elton John sing to all of us. Huh? For you see, even Elton John had a traumatic life, had trauma, drama, addiction, pain, suffering. The song still standing, yes? So what to really, so it is no longer in control. Those that are, we hear people all the time say, well, I want to ascend. What does that mean? Ascend. That means you no longer have your body. And that happens off and on. So instead, wish to be the best person you can be here. Which means you have integrated all of those old patterns that no longer serve. You might have to identify them first. That is what this is to help with. But when you do, dearest light, when you do honor that, and you sit in the stillness to see what is possible, you see that everything is the answer to that question. One tiny woman pushed back against thousands of years of tradition and culture. Thousands of years. To shift the consciousness. And she just kept at it. Until now they're asking her to join Parliament. Now, as she says, they may be asking me there to keep me quiet. Or they may be asking me there so it'll be easier to change the laws. Time will tell. One person can make a difference. And you get the opportunity to realize you are that person. You are that person. In whatever you are doing and in whatever that picture is, you are that little embodiment of change. And as you are, things get tough, and they will. See the elephant. So, with her broken back and her broken leg, that she still perseveres. She still teaches. See Pharaoh, is that the naughty baby? Last year, 2 years ago, it was Nawan. Nawan is a teenager now. He's the smarter one. Who gets to teach joy and happiness. To remind you that is a part of your life as well. So we ask you, when you awaken the Buddha within, to be the wisdom in your area. See, if these were puffs, they would make a bigger pile. To breathe into the harmony that the monks bestow upon you. To breathe into a fresh one. It is the simple things in life. Babaji says all bodily functions are sacred. You are sacred as well. The elephants are sacred. The land is sacred. Each stone is sacred. And sometimes service is just about gathering stones from the river and putting them in a pillar so the elephants do not gaze down scratching on them. Simple. So we ask you, what is your task? What difference can you make, and how can you make it in new ways following this essence? Is it important to continue to sedate yourself? Or can you live at a high vibration so it is not necessary? Is it important to continue to think that you are enough? Oh, we hear it all of the time. This is what I want to start a retreat center, but I'm not enough to do that. When you have the desire, you become a magnet to essence. You are the magnet, drawing to be cloud free, unless the cloud looks like an elephant or a dragon. Huh? You see what I say? We know you are getting tired of hearing it, but we will continue with it until you get it. Because you are worth it. You are the change in this world. And as we hold the energy of the planet within our hands, we ask that you breathe that wisdom and see all of the people that are abusing any that were tortured first before they came here. You know it's important because the bells are ringing. Good timing, eh? Always. So let us sit. Open the chakras in your hands and sit in the essence. And breathe into the planet, the love, and just, if it helps to visualize all of the peoples of the planet taking a momentary pause, or if they're asleep, to awaken. Just a brief moment to breathe into love, clarity, understanding. Action. Perfect livelihood. divine effort, mindfulness of all things, and the concentration and focus of love, wisdom, and that if it is a lack of knowledge as to why they do what they do, that they are gently and lovingly educated. With the illumination of their own sacredness and their own divinity. As you breathe, breathe into your hands. That essence of love. And hold your hands out as though you were encircling the planet, holding hands with all of them around the planet. To hold them in that love. Feel the essence of those people around the planet. And bring them into your heart. Bring into your heart those that are hardest to love. The circus owners of the world. The trekking company owners that are awakening to new possibilities. Breathe into it. Breathe into you. Breathe into your heart. And allow that essence to expand out. We love you deeply for your service. We love you deeply for your commitment to yourself. We love you deeply for your tissue, your paper, and your willingness to share your essence with the world. One person is the difference. Namaste.